Shalom, Yasha Allah. Shalom.
Shalom, shalom, Yasha Allah.
Be patient with us there, Yasha Allah. We're going to wait for the room to fill up before we start the lesson. Ashar Kadash Yarak.
You may need to
Yarak. Go ahead.
If you got, oh no, that's me. I'm sorry. I hear it in my ears playing on the YouTube. Salakia.
You said you already posted in the soldier chat?
Khan. Yasha Allah, is my quality bad? If my quality,
Ak, if you can turn the light on, man. If you can get a little bit more light, you'll be okay. I see you good, man. It's just your lighting. There you go. That'll probably be better. Yeah, you know what you look like right now? You look like my quality. We probably both look jacked up right now.
Yo, my Wi-Fi is good. I don't know why it's looking like this.
Hey, mine probably contagious. Demons probably just threw it over there to you. Hey, the people said they can hear us. People say, hey, Yasha Allah, as you come into the room, like the video and also share it to your social media platforms there, Yasha Allah, so we can celebrate our high holy day together. Okay.
Khan, they said the resolution is off. That's this Apple camera. It's supposed to be nice, but I don't know what's going on. I'm looking over here on the YouTube tab, looking like damn pixels.
No, you don't look like pixels out.
I'm saying on the YouTube, like when you go and look it up on YouTube.
Oh, hold on. Let me see, brother. Is it that bad? Hold on. Do we both look like that?
Nah, your quality look way better.
Hey, that's saying a lot. Hey, that's saying a lot. Looks like a throwback vid.
The brother Elroy said it looked like I got that Madden NFL 98 on Super Nintendo quality.
Look what Yara all said, man. It ain't that bad. It's not that bad.
Brothers is clowning me. Okay, the brother said Sakari had the same problem earlier, so it might just be the devil.
God. All right, we looking at 42 folks out. 45.
Con. You ready to go ahead and get started?
Yeah.
I'm posting this on the Facebook real quick. Let's go ahead and get started. All right. Chill, Orion. These brothers getting on me. Brother said the old liquor store phone.
Hey, the brothers are harsh. Man.
God.
Hey, like the video there, Yasha Allah. Are you ready?
God. All right. Shalom, Yasha Allah. All right. First and foremost, we're going to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai. All right. We are the sons of thunder Israelites. My name is Brother Malachi.
Brother Micaiah.
All right. And tonight we're here to teach y'all. We get here to give y'all a lesson on the new moon. All right. So first, I want everybody in the chat to type or say to yourselves, all right, Ashar, Kadash, Yarak. All right. Come on now. No more folly in the chat. All right, let's get past that. All right. Ashar, Kadash, Yarak. Okay. All right, and this is the 4th month. All right, we are now in the 4th month of the year. As the sun goes down, it's not completely down, so we haven't completely brought it in yet. But as the sun goes down, we'll be going into the 4th month of the year, Yashala. And we're gonna give y'all a lesson today on, why we keep the new moon today, which would be the dark moon and not the full moon, not the crescent moon, not the sliver moon. We keep the new moon on the dark moon. Okay, we're gonna teach y'all why we keep that, like we do every month. All right, and we're gonna go into some history of the things that our people did, or some significant events that happened during the 4th month to our people, Yashala, of the year. Okay, and then we're gonna go into a little current events. All right.
That's right.
Did you want to say something before we get started, Ak, or you want to go ahead and start us off?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to tell Yashala. I noticed that we were getting a lot of messages. Okay, we're getting a lot of emails, and brothers were saying, "Hey, we need to talk about this feast day calendar." And I think we discovered why. Okay, I'm pretty sure. Hey, listen up, Yashala. Hey, we're gonna bring clarity, okay, to the name, okay, of the 4th month. All right, Sons of Thunder is not going off. Akim and Aqua, we ain't going off. Okay, we're gonna bring clarity to that thing. Okay, a little bit, as much as we can. There's a reason why. Okay, we have a certain name on the calendar. Okay, and the brother's gonna break it down to the best of his ability. Hey, go ahead, Ak.
Khan. So first and foremost, we're gonna teach you. We're gonna go into why we keep the new moon on the dark moon. All right, we're just gonna get into the normal, new moon lesson. Let's go to Psalms 83.
Right.
All right, everybody should know.
Ready?
Khan. Everybody should know these scriptures like the back of their hand when it comes to this time every month when we go into this new moon. So we're gonna go through them and then we're gonna get in the lesson. Go ahead, I read that.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 81, in verse 3. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon.
Khan. So I personally cannot find where my horn is right now. So we're gonna blow the horn to the best of our ability. All right.
Khan.
Khan. So that's our, a custom. All right. Every new moon that comes up, all right, the Most High commanded us through the mighty. Was that David? Okay, through the David's chief musician Asaph. All right, to blow up the trumpet in the new moon. So now is the time to blow up the trumpet, Israel. If you got a trumpet at your home, your ram's horn, go ahead and blow up the trumpet, man. This is a joyous time of the year. Every month, Israel has something to celebrate. All right. So if you're an individual, all right, you're a parent, or you have small children in your care, and they complain about things to celebrate. Oh, I can't celebrate my birthday anymore. I can't celebrate, Christmas, Thanksgiving, all these different holidays that they're used to celebrating. This is the day they have to celebrate. We have a feast day every single month. This is what the Most High has given us. Something to celebrate every single month. So let's read that again up. Start from
this is the book.
Start from the top.
Come. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 81 and verse 1. Sing aloud unto God our strength. Make a joyful noise unto the God of Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
Take a psalm and bring hither the timbrel, the pleasant harp, and the psaltery.
Mm-hmm.
blow up the trumpet in the new moon, in the time appointed on our solemn feast day.
That's right, man. So, whatever's going on in you guys' life right now, all right, just kind of, put that stuff to the side. Today is the day of the new moon, the feast of the Lord, man. All right. Try to be joyous in this day, man. All right, go out singing some songs to the Lord. Go out and play some music, some righteous music, whether it be, Hebrew music or whether it just be some instrumentals. If you good at playing any type of instrument, such as the trumpet, such as the drums, and be joyous and do that. But in the spirit, do it for the Lord, man. This is the time for
Right.
you to be joyous. You got that time at least one time every month. And sometimes you get the chance more than one time a month when we got these feast days coming up, man. So don't think that being in this truth is something to, that's bad. All right. We know that it's not going to be good, coming into this truth, especially if you just coming into this truth. We know it's persecution to come. We know it's trials and tribulations to come, but there's days that the Most High has set apart for us to be joyous. And this is one of them, Israel. So let's go ahead and rejoice in this, man. Let's keep going.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 81 and verse 4. For this was a statute for Israel and a law of the God of Jacob.
So even if you don't want to be, happy and joyous, even if you think you got something else to do, you ain't got no damn choice, man. This is a statute that the Most High has ordained in Israel, in Jacob, and in Israel. So you don't have a choice.
Right.
If you claim to be in this truth, all right, and you claim to be keeping these law, statutes, and commandments, and you acknowledge the Most High, you acknowledge Christ, then you got to keep these new moons. You got to keep the holy days. You got to keep all of this stuff, man. This is a part of our customs, and this is what we're supposed to be doing, man. So you don't have a choice. Be joyous in this day and acknowledge the new moon. This is a feast day. Keep going. Okay, Khan, bring your precept out.
Hey, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 66 and verse 22. Give me a second there. Isaiah 66 and verse 22. For as the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make, shall remain before me, saith Yahweh, so shall your seed and your name remain. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith Yahweh. Okay, so what the scripture is saying, okay, is that even in the kingdom, okay, we're going to keep, our high holy days to include the new moon. Okay, so just like the book of Judges chapter 5, the brother's probably going to bring it out here in a minute. Okay, tells us, all right, that we're going to rehearse our righteous acts. Okay, in the land of our captivity. All right, we're rehearsing them for a reason. All right, you don't rehearse for nothing. All right, you rehearse for the finale. Okay, the grand finale. Right. All right, for the big event. Okay, and the big event, which we're all striving for, is to get the kingdom of heaven. Hey, go ahead.
That's right. Let's go ahead and get to it. Judges chapter 5 and verse 11, man. Because at the end of the day, we understand. I'm just coming into this truth maybe 4 or 5 odd so years ago. A lot of our brothers and sisters, a lot of you on the channel are just coming into this truth, not even a decade. All right, so we don't know right now. We don't know how to perfectly keep these commandments. We are learning. All right, we are trying the best of our ability. We are practicing so that, like the brother said, when the finale comes, we understand what to do. So let's go ahead and read Judges chapter 5 and verse 11.
This is the book of Judges chapter 5 and verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the place, Shalakia, they that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of Yahweh, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of the villages in Yasha'Allah. Then shall the people of Yahweh go down to the gates.
That's right. And it says this is future prophecy. This is prophecy that those that's going to be delivered from the noise of the archers in the place of drawing waters, that's here in America. All right, the noise of the archers in the place of drawing water, where continuous work is being done, and as eventually is going to be destroyed by those archers. All right, we're going to be here rehearsing, meaning that we're practicing, which is a synonym for rehearse. We're practicing how to keep the righteous acts, man, and keeping these feast days, keeping these holy days, keeping these new moons is a part of practicing the righteous acts. Because like the brother, eloquently brought out in the precept in Isaiah 66, we're gonna have to keep these new moons and feast days in the kingdom. So if we have anybody on the live right now in the chats watching that has the ideology that we don't have to keep these new moons, that we can't keep these new moons or feast days because we are not in the land where the Most High put His name, I need you to answer this scripture. I need you to give me an answer for this scripture. Why does the scripture say that we will rehearse the righteous acts, that we're going to be practicing the righteous acts?
That's right.
The water, Big Mike, the water, all praises to the Most High. We wish you to come, feast with us one day on our next feast day, which would be either the next major feast day, the feast of blowing of the trumpets.
Blowing of the trumpets, yeah. We got September. Remember, Yasha Allah. I don't mean to cut you off there.
No, you good.
Yasha Allah. September, and if you pay attention to our feast day, that's the month. Okay, where we this September we're gonna have 3 feast days. Okay, and that's to include the new moon. You got the blowing of the trumpets, the Day of Atonement, and we're going into
Feast of Tabernacles.
The Feast of Tabernacles right after that. Okay?
That's right.
All right.
Just for anybody who may not know, the dates of those, and you want to plan ahead, to come and feast with us on those days, our Feast of Trumpets and the seventh new moon, the 7th month, is going to be on September 6th. All right, September 6th is when we'll be keeping the Day of Trumpets. All right, and then on September 16th is when we'll be keeping the Day of Atonement. All right, and then on September 20th through the 26th are the dates that we'll be keeping the Feast of Tabernacles. If you want to come and participate with the Sons of Thunder Israelites on any of those feast days, please send us an email to sonsofthunderisraelites@gmail.com, RSVPing with your name and how many people that you plan on bringing with you to that feast day. All right, we hope to see all of our beautiful family members that we congregate here with online, especially our beautiful brothers and sisters that generously donate to us. Come and feast with us, man. Let us give the money right back to you. Let us give the tithes right back to you, man. We don't do this for any vainglory. We don't do this for the money. We do this for y'all. We do this for all of Israel, man. We wish to have y'all come and feast with us. I see that we have a question. The brother asks, can we buy and sell today? Today is a feast day. What we have been taught about the new moons is that the new moon is to be observed as a Sabbath, but it is also a feast day. So if there is any buying to be done, is to be the purchasing of food. But for my personal, it's already too late. If there's any buying to be done, is to be buying of food because it is a feast day. All right. If you can help it, you shouldn't be working on this day. All right. But it is to be treated as a Sabbath, a high Sabbath day. All right.
Right.
Did you want to add anything to that, Ak?
Hey, yeah, just a Yasha Allah. And we get a lot of questions like this. Okay. And we hope we're edifying the body. Okay. Hey, be not over righteous much. Okay. Hey, don't starve yourself. If you ain't got no food, you know what I mean? Go out and buy you some food. Okay. The scriptures tell us it's well to do good, on the Shabbat day. Okay. And also, if you don't know any better, okay, pertaining to the book of Acts, chapter 17 and 30, okay, you didn't know. You didn't know until now. Don't sweat it. Okay. So don't be over righteous much there, Yasha Allah. Okay, now that you know, plan for the next new moon. Go ahead, Op.
Khan, did you want to go ahead and get into why we keep the new moon on the dark moon?
Yeah, we can get into that. Okay, first let's talk about our other brothers and sisters. Okay, let's go to the book of Colossians chapter 2 and verse 16 real quick. Okay, because the brother just mentioned, okay, the sons of thunder, we teach that the new moon is the dark moon. Okay, and we're going to go into that here in a second on why we believe that. Okay, but we got other congregations. We got brothers that we stand right next to in unity. Okay, that teach other doctrine and have a different understanding pertaining to the new moon. But we don't bicker because the scriptures tell us not to. Hey, bring that out.
Khan, this is the book of Colossians, chapter 2 and verse 16. And it reads, "Let no man therefore judge you in meat or in drink, or in respect of an holy day, or of the new moon, or of the Sabbath days, which are a shadow of things to come, but the body is of Christ."
That's right. Okay, so we're not to judge our brother and we're not to judge our sister, okay, and how they keep this per their understanding.
That's right.
Okay, all right. So as long as they're keeping the new moon, all right, as long as they're keeping the Sabbath, all right, whether it be the lunar Sabbath or whatever the case may be, as long as they're keeping the new moon or any high holy days, they're rehearsing the righteous acts. All right, per Judges 5 and 11. Okay,
that's right.
Get Isaiah chapter 52 and 8 because we don't know anything. All we're doing is we're trying our best. Okay, we got Yahushua mediating on our behalf to the Most High Power. Okay, we're only doing our best. All right, get Isaiah 52 and 8.
Khan, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 52 and verse 8. "Thy watchmen shall lift up the voice. With the voice together shall they sing. For they shall see eye to eye when Yahweh shall bring again Zion."
That's right. So we're not going to have the full understanding until our big brother get back here. Okay? We ain't going to know it. All right? So go ahead and do, what it is you understand, okay, according to the scriptures. And when our big brother get back, he'll give us the understanding. Khan? All right. And so let's go ahead and let's talk about why we keep the dark moon. Okay. So we can go ahead and go to Sirach. Okay. Let's go to Sirach chapter 14.
14. You said 14?
Go to 43.
Okay, Khan.
Go to 43. 43. My bad.
Khan. I'm here.
All right, go ahead and start at verse
6.
5 or 6. 5. Yeah, go start.
I can start at 5.
Go ahead,
Khan, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 43 and verse 5. "Great is the Lord that made it, and at his commandment it ruleth, it runneth hastily. He made the moon also. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world."
Right. Okay. So the moon is to serve in her season. Okay, as a sign. Okay. All right. The moon. Okay, it shows a segment of time. All right, for us. All right. It is the beginning and the end of our months. Okay. So it serves as a segment of time. All right, go ahead,
Khan, verse 7.
And that world that's being mentioned is the word of Yasha'Allah. Go ahead.
Khan, verse 7. "From the moon is the sign of feasts, a light that decreaseth in her perfection."
All right, Khan. Hey, so the moon is a sign of feast. That's letting you know, okay, that we're to celebrate, okay, this thing, as a feast day. Okay, it is a sign of feast. All right, that's a commandment right there. All right. Now, we understand why our some of our other brothers, okay, decide to keep the full moon pertaining to this scripture right here. Okay, but we're going to bring, you know, a little bit more clarity to this as we read on. All right, go ahead.
Verse 8. The month is called after her name, increasing
Right.
wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven.
So when the scripture says the moon is called after her name, that's exactly what it means. Okay, month and new moon have the same name. Okay, month and new moon have the same name. Okay, that's that Yerach. Okay, all right, and it says she. Read that verse again. Up.
Verse 8, Sirach chapter 43 and verse 8. The month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven.
Right. All right. So she increases, okay, wonderfully in her changing. So, you know, what we understand is that in order for her to increase in her changing, she has to start, all right, from nothing. So she's a dark moon. Okay.
That's
so
right.
How we see it, okay, is that the moon is dark. You'll see if you look up in the sky and there's a little bit of illumination in the sky, okay, around the new moon, you'll see a silhouette. Okay, you can see a silhouette of the moon. You'll see like a little circle, okay, and then you'll see a dark moon right there, right? Okay, and then as the days, okay, go on, you see light, all right, starting to come, you know, into that silhouette. So she's increasing in her changing. Okay, once the moon becomes full, now we're halfway through the month. Okay, and then she's going to decrease. All right. All right, and she's going to become a dark moon again. Okay, she's going to become a dark moon again. All right, so that's our understanding. Okay, that's our understanding of why we keep the dark moon. You got anything else on that there?
So Yasha Allah, as y'all know, every new moon, when we do this lesson, we will show you the name of the month. All right, every month we'll give it to you in the Hebrew, and we'll go to our source and show you the actual characters of the name of the month. But there's something a little different about this month, the 4th month, the 5th month, and actually the 6th month. All right, the 4th month, you will not find the name of the 4th month in the scriptures. All right, there are Jewish scholars who attempt, you know, to make a name. I'm personally not sure where they get that name from. I have to do a lot more research on it, but they do come up with the name for the 4th month, which is not found in the scriptures. All right, they say that the name of the 4th month is Tammuz. All right, or Tammuz.
Tammuz.
Right.
Okay.
You'll see.
Shalakia. So I'm just bringing a little clarity there. Okay.
Khan, you got it.
We don't need the scoffing. All right. We are not worshiping Tammuz over here. All right.
That's right.
We ain't doing that. All right. This is what the scholars have come up with. Okay, but the way we pronounce it is Tammuz. All right, go ahead.
Khan. So you won't find that name for the 4th month in the scriptures. You won't find a name for the 4th month in the scriptures. All right. But what you will find in the scriptures are some very important events that do happen to Yasha Allah in the 4th month. And we're going to go through some of those things with you. Today is going to be a history lesson. Like every lesson is a history lesson.
Right.
Every new moon is a history lesson. So we're going to go into some history of Yasha Allah and what happened to them or what was going on with them during the 4th month on multiple different occasions. So I want to make sure that first and foremost, I didn't even do this. We didn't do this before the class started. Everybody
Go
make
ahead.
sure that you have everybody make sure that you have your pens, your paper, your pads, whatever you need to write down, and you have your Bibles and your apocryphas with you to follow along with us. This is a class setting. We are a Bible school. All right, we're not just doing this lesson for our health. We can read the lesson on our own at home without being on this live. We're on this live to educate you all, where you may be lacking. You may or may not be lacking. We love for our brothers and sisters to add precepts in the chat. We don't know it all. All right. So if you feel like you can assist with the lesson, by all means, add your precepts in the chat. But for those who may not be as up to date or as advanced in this part of biblical history, please have your pens and pads and your Bibles to follow along with us. All right. The first account that we're going to go to about the 4th month is Joshua chapter 10. All right, let's go ahead over to Joshua chapter 10. All right, this is a major account. This is a very, very major account. I love this account, actually. We're going to go through, a couple verses in this chapter. Micaiah is going to go through another account that happened at Yashala in the 4th month of the year. All right, so Joshua chapter 10, and we're going to start from the top. We're going to get some context on this thing, man. Go ahead, Ak.
This is the book of Joshua, chapter 10 and verse 1. Now it came to pass when Adoni-Zedek, king of Jerusalem, had heard how Joshua had taken Ai and had utterly destroyed it, as he had done to Jericho and her king, so he had done to Ai and her king. And how the inhabitants of Gibeon had made peace with Yashala and were among them.
Now, as you can see, this is showing you King Adoni-Zedek is the king of Jerusalem. This is before we have taken over the land, Israel. So this is not our king. All right. I just wanted to make that known. All right. And now he's seeing or witnessing or hearing from word of mouth the power that Joshua had when he took on Gibeon. All right, so let's continue to read.
Verse 2, that they feared greatly because Gibeon was a great city, as one of the royal cities, and because it was greater than Ai, and all the men thereof were mighty. Wherefore Adoni-Zedek, king of Yashala, sent out Hoham, king of Hebron, and
king of Jerusalem, not Yashala.
Khan. King of Jerusalem, sent out Hoham, king of Hebron, and unto Piram, king of Jarmuth, and unto Jepiah, king of Lachish, and unto Debir, king of Eglon, saying, come up unto me and help me, that we may smite Gibeon. For it hath peace with Joshua and with the children of Israel.
Now, this is one king going to 4 other kings and asking to collaborate and take down Joshua, because they got to be so mighty that because they took down Gibeon, a very great and mighty city. So what does this sound like?
Hey, Shalaki, the people say there's an echo, okay, in one of our speakers. Do you hear the echo when you...
Let me try to take my AirPods out.
Okay.
Does that sound better?
They're not answering.
They responded to the question I asked. That's right. It sounds like they was Confederate. Psalms 83. This is the pre-Psalms 83. All right. This is the pre-Psalms 83. All right. These are 5 kings coming together and coming up against Yashala before we even take the land, because they've heard about our reputation. They've heard how mighty Joshua's when taking down Gibeon, because Gibeon was known as a very mighty city. TT said still a little feedback, but it's okay. It's only when I talk, so it may we may have to mute up when each other is talking or reading. All right. Does that sound better? It's a little lag in the chat. But y'all let us know if that sounds better. Do we need to mute up when each other is talking? Okay, Khan. Brianna Duke said that's better. So that's what we're gonna have to do. When each of us are talking, when you talking or reading, I'll just mute. And when I talk, you can just mute. It's coming out of my car speaker. It was happening when I was teaching. Okay, Khan. So I'm about to mute up. You can go ahead and keep reading.
God, hey, Shaquat put me on blast right there. Hey, this is the book of Joshua. This is the book of Joshua, chapter 10, and verse 5. Go ahead.
Adawan Kanal has entered the chat. Shalom, Adawan, and he has brought us some information that the Hebrew Summit is going to be on August 7th. All right, Hebrew Summit on August 7th. I'm sure more information will come from that with the location and time and the rest of the events. But for everybody that is here on the live, Hebrew Summit, August 7th, Smyrna Community Center. So
that'll be Atlanta, Georgia. It's in Atlanta, Georgia, there, people. In Atlanta.
Con. Let's continue on with the lesson. Go ahead.
This is the book of Joshua, chapter 10 and verse 5. Therefore, the 5 kings of the Amorites, the king of Jerusalem, the king of Hebron, the king of Jarmuth, the king of Lachish, the king of Eglon, gathered themselves together and went up, they and all their hosts, and encamped before Gibeon and made war against it.
That's right. So now that, again, this is the pre-Psalms 38. I mean Psalms 83. All right, they gathering together. All right, they're making a confederacy against Gibeon, which where Israel is at the moment. All right, let's keep reading.
God. And the men of Gibeon sent out Joshua to the camp of Gilgal, saying, slack not thy hand from thy servants. Come up to us quickly and save us and help us. For all the kings of the Amorites that dwell in the mountains are gathered together against us.
Mm-hmm.
So Joshua ascended from Gilgal, he and all the people of war with him, and all the mighty men of valor. And Yahweh said unto Joshua, fear them not, for I have delivered them into thine hand. There shall not a man of them stand before thee.
Kind. So look, Israel, this is one of the blessings. This has to be a blessing if Yahweh is saying, don't worry about it. I'm right there with you. Don't worry about it. All right. Let me get a quick precept while we right here. All right. And go to it. Salakia. This is the book of well, you can keep reading. I'm gonna find a precept out. Go ahead, keep reading.
God, this is the book of Joshua, chapter 10 and verse 9. Joshua therefore came unto them suddenly and went up from Gilgal all night. And Yahweh discomfited them before Israel and slew them with a great slaughter at Gibeon, and chased them along the way that goeth up to Beth-horon, and smote them to Azekah and unto Makkedah. And it came to pass, as they fled before Israel, and were in the going down to Beth-horon, Yahweh cast great stones from heaven upon them unto Azekah, and they died. They were more which died with hailstones than they whom the children of Israel slew with the sword.
That's right. So Salakia, the precept I was looking for is Deuteronomy chapter 28. I'm going to go to verse 7. This is one of the blessings that the Most High gave us if we were to keep, the commandments and follow after all his ways. It says, Yahweh shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come up against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways. So this is how it was supposed to be at any time when any of Israel came up against us. Any other nation came up against Israel. All right, the Most High would send them. They would be smitten. They'd come up against us one way, and they'd have to flee 7 ways because we'd be so mighty because we have the Lord on our side. That's how it should be right now. But, Israel's not following the commandments, and we haven't been ever since. All right. I don't want to, read too much into this. Let's just skip to verse 42. All right, and get to the main point that I wanted to bring out with this lesson, or with this account of the 4th month.
This is the book of Joshua, chapter 10 and verse 42. And all these kings and their land did Joshua take at one time, because Yahweh God of Israel fought for Israel. And Joshua returned, and all Israel with him, into the camp to Gilgal.
That's right, man. So again, man, the Most High was working with us so much, man, that Joshua went up against 5 different kings and their armies at once and slew them all. They didn't have no chance. All right, this is a major event that happened during the 4th month.
That's right. A precept.
Go ahead.
Hey, let's get I forgot to mute, but let's go to Judith chapter 5. Let's get Judith 5, and let's start at I'll grab it. Judith 5 and 17.
I'm here already.
All right, Judith, start at 17.
Con, this is the book of Judith, chapter 5 and verse 17. And while as they sinned not before their God, they prospered, because the God that hateth iniquity was with them.
Right. Okay. So, when we kept the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments during this time, this was after we had, come out of Egypt, a great while, the Most High, he was on our side, and just like the account, in Joshua, it is showing you that, he fought for us. Okay, he fought for us when we kept the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments. Okay, you also had the battles when Moses was he was lifting up the stones. Okay, and whenever he was strong enough to hold the stones up, they prevailed over their enemies. But when their hands went down, meaning we let the Most High down, it just parabolic speech, then our enemies, they'll trample over us. Okay, so hey, go ahead and continue to read.
Time, verse 18. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their God was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies.
That's right. All right. So when we want to, sin against the Most High power, okay, and we want to complain, okay, all right, we want to complain after he done delivered us out of our captivity, all right, the Most High, he destroyed us, he put us in a state, of straight confusion. We're confounded this day. A lot of us are still blind, okay, and we're still yet this day in our captivity, and we're still going through these curses because we have not come back to his laws, his statutes, and commandments. This is the antidote. This is the remedy. There is no other way. There is no other way. You got to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. All right. And that's why we got to keep fishing, for the elect men. Okay. And we got to keep pushing this word, so that we wake up our people. Okay. So that this this prophecy can come forward, you know, and we can get the hell up out of here. Go ahead, Op.
Hey, Salakia, that's the spirit too, man. Because this talks about how when we did go away, the Most High would take our cities away and cast us all down,
That's right.
and our enemies would trample over us. The crazy thing is,
That's right.
it's another account in 2 Kings 24 and 25 after our righteous king Josiah had died in battle. You know, it's still in the 4th month. We're not going to go through the account. I'm just mentioning, brothers and sisters can go read it on their own. But 2 Kings 24, 25 is when, you know, Jerusalem was actually besieged in the 4th month after we started going off. While, you know, 4th and 5th month when, you know, what is the king name? It slips my mind. But, you know, it's the spirit because, you know, this is also talking about the 4th month when we was going after we had went off and we was besieged by the Babylonians and the Chaldeans. All right. The main point is that, you know, no, 2 Kings chapter 24 and chapter 25, not 2 Kings 24 and 25. But yeah, you know, this is another event that happened during the 4th month. You know, it's when our downfall started because we went off from serving the Most High. I yield. Did you want me to keep reading on this, Judith?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's keep reading on it. Let's bring some clarity. Go ahead.
Okay, Khan. Verse 19, Judith chapter 5 and verse 19. But now are they returned to their God and are come up from the places where they were scattered and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, where it was desolate.
That's right. Hey, keep reading up.
Done. Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. But if
That's
there
right.
be
Keep reading.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by. Lest their Lord defend them, and their God before them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
God. Okay, so hey, this the reason why I love this account so much, okay, is that it proves, all right, Psalms 83, all right, to be true. Okay, it proves it to be true. All right, they have created crafty counsel against our people because they understand that if we keep the law, statutes, and commandments, people, that our God will defend us. Okay, they understand that. That's what the crafty counsel is about. It's to keep us off. It's to keep us drunken. Okay, it's to keep us in a docile state of mind. So that anything but the law, statutes, and commandments. We talk about it all the time. How if you look at how the world is structured, okay, it's almost structured for you to not keep the commandments. I'll give you a quick example before we move on. Okay, if you look at our captivity to today. We pretty much work Monday through Friday. Got it? Work Monday through Friday. All right. Our people are tired. You know what I mean? When they get done Friday, what do our young people want to do? They want to go to the club. They want to unwind. Okay. So the club is set up at the start of the Shabbat. When that sun goes down, all right, that's when our young folk, all right, and some of our old folk are still cabareting and partying. They going to the club. They going to the bar. Okay? And they're doing all sorts of wickedness. All right? And then what do they do Saturday? You know, Saturday morning, all right, a lot of our beautiful women, they want to get up, they want to go shopping. Okay? So now they're going to defile the Most High's Sabbath day, okay? Because they just want to go spend their hard-earned money. All right? Jake's dwelling place. I know what I used to do. I used to love to go to the barbershop on Saturday, man. Okay. You're going to the barbershop on Saturday, okay, to talk all sorts of folly, and current events, and you spending some money up in the barbershop. You feel me? So anyway, long story short, you know, it's set up for us to go off. Okay. If you really look at it, this is all right, the crafty counsel, all right, and it's more to it, all right, the hip hop, all right, the music that we go through, everything's set up to keep us in the docile state of mind and to keep us drinking of the wine of Babylon. Hey, I yield the floor. Go ahead.
Hey, the water, Ya'awar, King Zedekiah. All right, that was the king that was around during the time of the 4th and 5th month, where Israel or Jerusalem was being besieged by the Babylonians and the Chaldeans. All right, you can read his account in 2 Kings 25, Jeremiah 39, Jeremiah 52, Zechariah. I forget the chapter in Zechariah. But yeah, all these events. This is also happening in the 4th month of the year. So the water for that, Ya'awar, the water. Kai, you want to go ahead and get into your the account that you have for the 4th month, and I'll read for
Kyle,
you.
let's go to the book of Ezekiel chapter 1, and we're just gonna talk about this real quick, okay? And we'll go ahead and round this thing out. Go to Ezekiel chapter 1 and start it from the top.
Kai, I'm here when you're ready.
Hey, go ahead,
Khan, this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 1 and verse 1. Now it came to pass in the 13th year, in the 4th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I was among the captives by the river of Chabar, that the heavens were opened, and I saw visions of God.
That's right. Okay. Ezekiel's letting you know that he was in captivity. Okay. He was in captivity during this day, and he's seeing a vision. Okay. He's seeing a vision given to him by the Most High Power. Okay. Now check this out. We're going to talk about in detail about some of these things. Hey, go ahead. Let's see this vision that Ezekiel had.
Verse 2. In the 5th day of the month, which was the 5th year of King Jehoiakim captivity, the word of Yahweh came expressly unto Ezekiel the priest, the son of Buzi, in the land of the Chaldeans by the river Chabar, and the hand of Yahweh was there upon him.
Read.
And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it. And out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire.
Khan. Okay. So what are we looking at here? Okay. He says that he looked, and behold, a whirlwind came. Okay. A whirlwind. All right. He said a whirlwind came out of the north in a great cloud. Okay. It kind of sounds familiar. Thawada Xavier McLeod, brother Xavier Cloud, for your generous donation. They come and feast with us, brother, like we mentioned before. Okay. The clouds, let's talk about the clouds in this context and in various contexts throughout the scriptures, is speaking of the chariots. Okay. Let's go ahead and prove that. Go to the book of Psalms, chapter 104 and verse 3. Okay. We're not going to go through this whole chapter. We're just going to break down some of the key things in this chapter. Go ahead,
This is the book of Psalm, chapter 104 and verse 3. Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind.
That's right. Okay. So the clouds, okay, are his chariot. Okay. And Yahweh Shai, okay, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, he walketh, okay, upon the wings of the wind. Okay. So this is what Ezekiel is seeing. Okay. He's seeing a great cloud, okay, that's coming out of the north, and a fire is unfolding on itself. Okay. He's seeing the chariots. All right. He also sees the color of amber in it. Okay. And out of the midst of it, there's a fire. Go ahead and read,
Khan, this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 1 and verse 5. Also, out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures. And this.
All right, Shalakia. Now, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get a little clarity, okay, on this word likeness, okay, because it's very important, all right, in this context. All right, the scripture says, also in the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures. All right, so I want to look up the word likeness right now, okay? Let me get a simple definition real quick of the word likeness. All right. I think I looked it up in the Strongs, and I got a
I got it
all right.
right here. You
I'll
want me to
just
share
read
my screen?
Google. I'll just read Google. It's a good enough definition. And then we can go to the songs and the Strongs if need be. But it
You want me to
reads
share my
the
screen?
fact of quality. Go ahead, out.
You want me to share my screen? I got it up.
Hey, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Con, can you see my screen?
Nah, I don't think. I think because I'm the host, you would have to put it in the you would have to send it, as another guest, and then I would put it up, and you can control it. Then it's not that necessary, brother. We'll just go ahead and read it, okay? Hey, read the
Okay,
definition.
Con, likeness. The fact of or quality of being alike, resemblance.
Right. Okay. So the fact of quality of being alike and the resemblance of. Okay. So the scriptures, okay, right here are saying that. Read it again. Read verse 5.
Con, Ezekiel chapter 1 and verse 5. Also, out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures.
Read.
And this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man.
So these creatures, okay, had the likeness of a man. Okay. They had the likeness of a man. We're speaking right now of the angels, Yasha Allah. We're speaking of the angels, and the scriptures are getting ready to give us the description of the angels. Okay, but we're going to talk about something a little bit more. I mean, something key here in a second. Go ahead, Op.
Verse 6. And everyone had 4 faces, and everyone had 4 wings.
So Shalakia. So when we think about the world and we think about how we came up, all right, when we think about the angels, we think about these little white folk, okay, floating up in the skies with halos on their head, okay, then they got 2 wings, all right, and they all white folks, okay, they all white folks with blonde hair and blue eyes, okay. I want you to go ahead and start back at verse 6.
Ezekiel chapter 1 and verse 6. And everyone had 4 faces, and everyone had 4 wings.
These are the descriptions of the angels, Yasha Allah. Our angels, they have 4 faces, okay? And every one of them have 4 wings. All right, go ahead and read out.
And their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot. And they
the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot. Okay? It was like the sole of a calf's foot, just like a cow's foot. Read out.
And they sparkled like the color of burnished brass.
And they sparkled like the color of what?
Burnished brass.
And they were brothers. All right? And some angels are sisters as well. Okay? They were brothers and sisters. All right? They were dark-skinned folks. Burnished brass, okay, is a darkest complexion. It's not white folk. It's not pale, okay, and Esau looking. All right? The angels are dark, all right, naturally, just like the people of Yasha Allah. Now I want you to go to the book of Genesis. Okay, let's get a little clarity on this likeness again. Okay, let's go to the book of Genesis chapter 1, and let's start at verse 23. All right, let's start at verse 23. Genesis 1 and 23.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 23. And the evening and the morning were the 5th day. And God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after this kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beasts of the earth after his kind. And it was so.
All right. So in verse 24, it's telling you, okay, and God, okay, when we see God, capital G, lowercase o, and D, that represents Elohim or Elohim, okay, that's Yahweh, all right, and the angels. We're not getting ready to break that down right now, but it's Yahweh and the heavenly host, okay? Remember, Yahweh don't have to get off his throne to do nothing, Yasha Allah. He don't have to get off his throne to do nothing. So in this context, we're speaking of Yahweh and the angels. Okay? All right? Read verse 24 again.
God. And God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beasts of the earth after his kind. And it was so.
And the beasts of the earth after his kind. So the beasts of the earth are going to be after the Elohim. Okay? Let's get a little bit more clarity. Go ahead and read out.
And God made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good.
So everything that they made came after their kind. It was made in their resemblance. Let's get a little bit more clarity. Go ahead and read out.
Verse 26. And God said, let us make man in our image, after
He said what?
Let us make man in our image.
So, hey, I know when I was in the Christian church, okay, they were teaching us that God himself, okay, Yahweh himself made everything. But why does it say, okay, right here, let us make man in our image? Let us. Who's the us? Okay, and who is the our? Okay, just like we mentioned before, okay, this is a host, okay, this is a heavenly host, which is Yahweh Shai, okay, and okay, his angels. All right, read it from the top again. 26. 26.
Genesis chapter 1 and verse 26. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness.
After our what?
After our likeness.
So the beast of the field, okay, the animals, okay, the plants, all right, and man, okay, who was on the earth at this time, were made after the likeness of Yahweh and the angels. Go back to Ezekiel chapter 1 and verse 5. This what we're proving right now, okay, is that Yahweh and the angels created all things. Okay? If they made things in their likeness, this is why our animals look the way they look. All right? This is why the people look the way they look. Okay? They were made after the Elohim. Go ahead, Op.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 1 and verse 5. Also, out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures, and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man, and everyone had 4 faces, and everyone had 4 wings, and their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot.
Right.
And they sparkled like the color of burnished brass.
So you always hear Hebrew Israelites telling you that everybody on the earth was as a dark complexion at one point in time. You always hear Hebrew Israelites telling you, okay, that when Esau was born, all right, when Isaac looked at him, all right, and he said, hey, this boy is wasted away. Hey, this joker ain't got no damn melanin in his skin. Okay? All right? Let's call him Esau. All right? He's done. He didn't look like everybody else. Okay? And when Jacob came out of the womb, there is no description of him. Everybody on the earth was of a dark complexion at that time because the angels were what complexion? Read it again. In verse 5. Shalakia in verse 7.
And they sparkled like the color of burnished brass.
All right. Man was made in the likeness of the Elohim. Okay. Hey, let's go ahead and get verse 8.
Verse 8. And they had the hands of a man under their wings on their four sides. And they four had their faces and their wings.
Mm-hmm. Read.
Their wings joined one to another. They turned not when they went. They went every one straight forward.
So these angels, they were majestic. Okay. What this is saying is they pretty much went as where the spirit, okay, led them to go. They didn't move like regular human beings. Okay. All right. They didn't move like regular human beings. Okay. It says that their wings were joined one to another. Okay, meaning they were together, and they turned not where they went. Okay, they didn't have to face to the right where they went. Okay, all right. They went everyone straight forward. All right, you know what I mean. So they moved in a formation. Okay, a majestic formation. It's like no other. All right, this is what we're going to witness. Okay, in the last days. Okay. Hey, go ahead and read verse 10. We'll wrap this up after we make this point. And the people are going to have to do some reading on their own. Go ahead,
Ezekiel chapter 1 and verse 10. As for the likeness of their faces, they four had the face of a man and the face of a lion on the right side, and they four had the face of an ox on the left side. They four also had the face of an eagle.
All right, so this is where your animals come from, Yasha'Allah, because everything was made in the likeness of the Elohim, or Elohim, however you want to pronounce it. Okay, this is where it comes from. All right, these creatures, all right, that Ezekiel was seeing, okay, that were made in the likeness of a man, okay, that had the faces, all right, of lions. Okay, they have four faces. Remember, they have faces of lions, of oxen, as eagles. Okay, I'm pretty sure one was running around with a face of a giraffe. All right, long neck sticking out. All right.
No, I said man.
Say again, up.
It said the first one was a man, then a lion, then an ox, then an eagle. Those were the four faces.
Yeah, those were the four faces. Okay, here. Okay. But there's lots of angels, okay? There's lots of angels out here, okay? You know what I mean? But, we'll stick to scriptures. Go ahead and read 11.
Verse 11. Thus, I get what you're saying. Verse 11. Thus were their faces, and their wings were stretched upward. 2 wings of every one were joined one to another, and 2 covered their bodies.
This is not the description, okay, of what we see in the movies. This is not the description of what we see, on our cartoons or what we learned when we were coming up or still was being taught till this day. Okay? We need to get in the scriptures. All right, people, we need to get in the scriptures and study ourselves to be approved. Okay? Because we're being lied to. Our people are so used to sitting down. Okay? It's Stockholm syndrome. Okay, our people are so used to sitting down, okay, and being baited into lies by our enemies. Okay, and the only way to get past that is to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay, and to study this thing. Okay, because that's the only way you're going to get the understanding is if you're keeping the law. Okay, hey, I encourage you to read All right, the whole book of Ezekiel. Okay, all right, it's a very interesting book. This right here, this breakdown of the of the uh, the uh, the chariots and the angels. It gets a little bit more descriptive about the chariots as you read on. Okay, but this is the new moon lesson. Okay, so we're telling you that Ezekiel had a vision of the chariots and the angels. Okay, in the 4th month. Okay,
That's right.
During his captivity. Okay, under King Joachim's captivity. All right, go ahead.
And this was again during this. This had to be during the same time of 2 Kings chapter 25, because Jehoiakim was one of the kings that went through that besiege. Jehoiakim, Zedekiah, all these kings were during that time of the Babylonians, besieging Jerusalem. So yeah, man, that's gonna conclude our new moon lesson on the 4th month. We're gonna get into one last thing, a quick current event. It's, of course, it has to do with some wickedness happening to Israel. There was a report that went out, I want to say on the 9th, which was the other day. Oh, that's today. Something that went out yesterday. Some Asian man, just some random Asian man, sees a young boy, young Jake, riding his bike, going to get his bike, and ends up shooting him in the arm. All right, and now he wants to claim it as self-defense, and went to jail. They took him to jail, but was let out on a $10,000 bond. And now the father is upset of the Jake, is upset because he attempted to kill his 6-year-old son. The boy is 6 years old, and he attempted to kill him over Lord knows what. All right, and was let out on such a small bond. You want to play the clip, or you want to just read the article?
Bad, I'm on mute. Hey, you want me to pull it up?
Con.
Okay, give me a second here. Give me a second here. So slow, man. Okay. All right. So a headlines: police, Asian man shoots a 6-year-old black boy, allegedly claims to defend himself. Allegedly claims to defend himself against this 6-year-old boy. All right, so it reads: a 6-year-old Asian boy. Hey, this is wrong. This is reading wrong. This literally says a 6-year-old Asian boy. All right.
Yeah, they messed up on that, but in the headlines,
they messed up. Right. So, but he's a black kid.
Con with plaits and everything.
So he's right. A 6-year-old black boy from Michigan was shot by an Asian man. And now MTO News is hearing that the Asian man may be planning a self-defense claim. According to police reports, the incident began when the first grader, he's a first grader, left his bike on his neighbor's lawn in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Kobe Daniel, 6 years old, and his friends were outside on their bikes on Candlewood Lane in Ypsilanti when they stopped their bikes and left one of them in front of the neighbor's house. When Kobe returned to get his bike, police say the Asian man came out with a sledgehammer in his hand and said something to the boy. Kobe allegedly made a comment to his neighbor and it infuriated him. All right. Here's it shows a little clip from the video. We're not going to play that. Kobe's father told the police the neighbor went back inside and allegedly fired his gun through the front window, hitting Kobe in the arm. He tried hitting me. This is what Kobe said. Kobe's the 6-year-old. He says, he tried hitting me with a mallet, but that's not going to work because I'm too fast. He said, then he took a gun and boom, shot me right here. He pointed at his arm. You actually see that when you research this and you look at the video, the kid actually says this in the video.
If
And that's what he told the police.
If any brothers and sisters follow our Facebook page, I'll post the actual video on the Facebook page once we get off here. You'll be able to see the whole commentary in the video of the boy, bringing all of this out.
That's right. Hey, this is this is horrible, but Yasha Allah, we gotta understand, that this thing is not gonna stop. It's only gonna get worse as time persists. All right, a day is coming like no other. All right, it's only gonna get worse. These devils are gonna turn up the heat. All right, they're gonna turn up the heat, and they can continue their wickedness on a higher level. Go ahead.
I got a precept on Moab's judgment. Where do I want to start at, man? It's so good. Jeremiah went in on all these nations. Let me see.
You in 48?
Yeah, Khan.
Khan.
I'm gonna go to verse 16. It's Jeremiah chapter 48 and verse 16. It reads, "The calamity of Moab is near to come, and his affliction hasteth fast. All ye that are about him bemoan him, and all ye that know his name say, how is the strong staff broken, and the beautiful rod? Thou daughter that dost inhabit Dibon," which what I would assume would be a nation within Moab, or a people within the Moab nation, "come down from thy glory and sit in thirst, for the spoiler of Moab shall come upon thee and shall destroy thy strongholds." And we know who the spoiler of Moab is, man. That's Yahushua. Yahushua coming to spoil all these damn nations for the sakes of Yasha Allah, man. Ain't no damn reason that this damn random ass Moabite, random Asian man come at this 6-year-old child with a sledgehammer, and then knowing the 6-year-old, he probably said something slick to him, and you pull out a gun. What kind of man are you? You pull out a gun and shoot, attempting to kill a 6-year-old kid, first grade? And it's even worse because damn Esau's system let him out with such a small ass bond for attempting to kill the damn 6th grader, man.
That's right.
It just goes back to the curses, man. And it goes back to Hosea chapter 1, where the law is slack. The law in this land is slack, and there's no justice, brought forth. The wicked abound over the righteous, man. And it's getting real old, man. It's getting real old. As we see all these things continuing to occur, it's continuing to occur. And with us growing up in this truth, growing in the spirit, because we all babes. And now that we understand the scriptures, how we understand them, and we actually seeing these things happen, and we understand why these things are happening, it's just gonna make us even more and more mad. Especially with the stuff that we got to deal with as a camp at our damn camp spot, man. This is why we don't want to be around these people. We don't want to be around these people. And the damn people at our camp spot got a damn Asian woman who threatened to shoot. It was an Asian woman that threatened to shoot one of the homeless brothers that be around our camp all the time. Told her, you come any closer, or you say anything else to us and I'll shoot. But then in the background of their whole stance, they got a damn Black Lives Matter sign, big and bold in black writing. How the hell Black Lives Matter? All right, and you threatening Black lives? I mean, we could talk about this all day, every day. You see, we talk about it on the Facebook. Why the hell do these people need ARs, shotguns? Why do they need high powered rifles to come out to Woodruff Park, Atlanta, to feed the homeless? Why do you need that stuff? And then when we brought it out to them the week before, they come this week without they high-powered rifles showing. But we know they still got concealed weapons on them. What's the point? You don't really care about Black lives, man. All this stuff is crazy. And then the Asians want to talk about some Asian lives matter. Let's see how much Asian lives really matter after this situation really blows up. How much do the Asian lives really matter? How much do the Black lives really matter when the Asian people are the ones trying to kill us? Ak, you got something?
That's right. Yeah. Because we got to get to the root of this thing. Let's get to Ezekiel chapter 35. Ezekiel 35. We'll start at verse 5. Because it's not going to stop. This is the way the Most High made these people. This is how He made them. All right. They're this way for a reason. Meaning this is Yahweh's book. Okay, this is His movie, and we all are just playing our role. And they're playing the role of the wicked. They have drunk the cup of the supreme wicked. All right, we're speaking of Moab right now. Okay, and he's operating like Esau. Go ahead,
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35 and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
That's right. Okay. Hey, hold Numbers chapter 35 and verse 33 up. Okay. So they have a perpetual hatred for us. Okay. A perpetual, that means an everlasting. It ain't going to change. They're programmed to hate us. So while you want to hold hand in hand with your enemy, okay, and be equal to them in their kingdom, you're not going to see any change. All right. Because it's automatic. What's the word I'm looking for? It's a default,
right?
That there's no getting around it. The scriptures tell us in the book of Sirach, chapter 12. All right, never to trust your enemy.
That's right.
All right, they're sure to show themselves to rust just like iron. All right, they're gonna seem like I looked at Esau walk up to Jake today at work and give him a dab and give him a pat on the back, kind of hugged him. I was disgusted by that, man, because Jake was just eating it up. Oh, I got me a white friend. Okay. I look at them jokers high and by. All right. Because I know what's going on. I'm not going to disrespect them. I'm going to be circumspect. All right. But our people need to learn that they can't trust their enemies. Go ahead and read Numbers chapter 35 and 33.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 35 and verse 33.
And because this is what the Most High is saying when He says He's going to prepare them for blood. Read that.
So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
That's right. Okay. So this damn devil, that wants to shoot a 6-year-old child in the arm, for whatever reason, obviously you're stronger, you're more wiser, all right, than this 6-year-old child. All right. It's an unfair advantage. That's detestable, man.
Right.
Okay. And then Esau, for all his shit, we was in captivity under Moab too. They're gonna get theirs. All of these nations are going to get theirs. All right. That's why the scripture said that the Most High, he's going to be, covered in blood up to the horse's bridle.
That's right.
Right. The streets are going to be doggone filled with blood. All right. And the majority of it is going to be from these other nations. Okay. And a lot of these wicked Israelites as well. Go ahead, Op.
And I got a precept. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 24 and verse 17. It says, I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheth. And Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. So we know who that scepter is. Again, this is another precept going to Yahushua, coming back and going to be destroying, Moab. He going to smite the corners of Moab. Moab not going to have a damn chance, man. They're going to be out of here. Like the brother Uriah would say, or all the brothers from the DC, Maryland area. Most High going to get him up out of here. He going to get him up out of here. But yeah, man, Moab ain't got a chance. And we know damn sure Esau ain't got no chance, man. They're going to become a possession. And all the kindreds of Esau and Edom. All of them going to be a possession. They're not going to have a chance. Go ahead, Ak.
Hey, go back to Numbers. Go back to, I'm sorry. Go back to Jeremiah 48, Aki. Hey, we should have read verse 42.
I could do that.
We should have read verse 42.
It's so much in Jeremiah 48. Jeremiah go through the whole list in just 48 about Moab, and then the next go to Ammon. So it's all the Asians. It's over with.
That's right.
Whether he Moab or Ammon, it's over with. You said
that's why they got a permanent look of confusion, of confounded on their face. It's just like, just slant. They just confounded. He just made it that way, brother. I just know my judgment is coming. What do I do? Woe is me, right? And go ahead.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 48 and verse 42. And Moab shall be destroyed from being a people, because he hath magnified himself against Yahweh.
That's right. I mean, you touched the apple of the Most High's eye. Okay, you done got too high for your britches. Okay, and you're magnifying yourself against the Most High power. All right, so you're gonna be, whites. All right, that's what you're gonna be. You're gonna be our wash pot. All right, as it pertains to Psalms chapter 60. All right, in verse 8.
You said go to Psalm 60 and verse 8.
Hey, you could have went there. I was just quoting the scripture. I don't know if I broke up. I said they're gonna be baby wipes. They're gonna be our wash pot.
Yeah, our wash pot. That's right.
That's right.
That's right. Shit, I got another. Oh, Salaki. I got another one in in Jeremiah 48. Let me go to verse 11. It says, Moab hath been at ease from his youth, and he hath settled on his lees, and he hath not been emptied from vessel to vessel, neither hath he gone into captivity. Therefore his taste remained in him, and his scent is not changed. Salakia, quick side point. For all these brothers and all these sisters that say, oh, black people ain't the only one been in slavery. Everybody in the world been enslaved. What did the Most High just say? It says that Moab has never went into captivity. So who's telling the truth, you or Yahweh? Through the mighty prophet Jeremiah. All right, these people ain't never been enslaved by nobody. Moab ain't never been captive. Name the time. You can't, because it ain't happened. All right, but going on, that's just a side point. What Jeremiah is saying here is that Moab been cooling the whole time. Ever since Moab been a nation, they've been cooling, man. They ain't had no problems, no worries. I mean, this little Asian hate, man, that's nothing, man. The coronavirus, the China, that's nothing, man. That's nothing compared to what everybody else has been through, especially Israel. That's nothing. All right. Moab has been at ease this whole time, but it's not going to last that long, man. Verse 12. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will send unto him, speaking of Moab, to wander, and shall empty Salakia, shall cause Salakia. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will send unto him wanderers, that shall cause him to wander, and shall empty his vessel, and break their bottles. And Moab shall be ashamed of Chemosh, as the house of Israel was ashamed of Bethel, their confidence. So as confidence as Moab is, everybody think that Moab just got the top society, they got the smartest people, they got the best education. The Most High is gonna bring them down off that high horse, man. Everybody knows that over in the Asian, countries and communities, that they supposedly have the most, the highest grade of technology. They some of the smartest people in the world. They sitting on the high horse right now, man. Moab is not worrying about nothing. Again, they cooling, they chilling. The Most High is gonna make them ashamed. All right. Verse 15, Moab is spoiled and gone up out of her cities, and his chosen young men are gone down to the slaughter, saith the king, whose name is Yahweh of hosts. And that goes back, and then we start to get back into verse 16, which we read earlier, where the calamity of Moab is near to come, and his affliction hasteth fast, man. They're not gonna get away, man. Just like we, say at the end of our lives, Esau, you can't get away. What you can't get away either, Moab. You ain't going nowhere. You can hide all you want. You can eat all the abominable creatures you want, because we don't give a damn about you. Do all that. Have fun. Live up your life.
That's right.
Build up your communities as high as you want. But you will not get away from Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, man.
That's right.
I yield, Doc.
Hey, God, I got a precept just to give Israel some comfort. Hey, let's go to the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 25. Baruch 4 and 25. All right, because all of these atrocities and calamities that are come upon us, we got to understand that we got to have faith, all right, in our Lord and Savior. Okay, we got to have faith, all right, that we're going to be delivered out of this thing, and we're going to fear the Most High power, and keep His law, statutes, and commandments, because we understand we're going to get the same judgment as these nations if we don't do that thing. All right, so get up Baruch chapter 4 and 25.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 25. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from God. For thine enemy hath persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction and shall tread upon his neck.
That's right. Okay. It's coming soon. Okay. We just got to hold on. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. All right. We got to hold on in knowing, okay, that this is all going to turn around. Okay. And it's going to come back on our enemies. Okay. Two times. All right. They're going to get it double. All right. They're going to get this thing double. All right. So have some patience, have some faith, Yahweh, and endure this thing. Okay, endure this thing, because it's going to be a glorious day, all right, when we see the demise of our enemies. Okay, all right, and when the Most High puts the power in your hands to destroy them, all right, that's going to be a great and glorious day. Hey, I yield the floor out.
Con. I'm gonna get one more precept. Let's go to the book of Joel, chapter 3.
Bring it out.
Go to the book of Joel, chapter 3, and I'm gonna read verse, what I want to start is so good. Verse 9, and it reads, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. All right. Beat your plowsharers into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all you heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither. Cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. All right. The Most High is calling these nations out, man. They're going to have to come to the valley of Jehoshaphat and get this work. All right. They're going to be destroyed. We jump down to verse 17. So shall ye know that I am Yahweh your power, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no stranger pass through her anymore. All right, so we're going to get rid of these nations. And then Jerusalem is finally going to be a holy land. It's not going to be that waste with heathens treading in our land anymore. All right, all these heathens going to have to be gathered and get this work. They're going to have to catch this fade, man, like the brother Kahari said. Y'all can't get away, man. All right, all y'all arms put together. Get all your mighty men, and then get your weak men and let them think they mighty. Build them up. Work them up. Let them get tough and strong as they want. It still ain't enough. Your arms is way too short to box with the most high power of Israel. All right, Yahweh.
Hey, Shalakia.
Go ahead, I.
Hey, Shalakia. Hey, when I see these jokers getting strong, man, you know, hey, look, when I see a strong Moabite or a strong doggone Edomite, whatever the case may be, hey, I just look at them as, you know, just like they used to look at us. Look at that strong buck over there, okay? And get ready to carry them bricks to build our walls. You feel me? And, you know what I mean? So, hey, it's coming. Okay, let them get strong. They got some laboring to do. You know, they got some serious laboring to do.
Our brothers from Watchmen, they'll I remember in some of their old videos, you know, once they get done dealing with a heathen, you know, giving them their judgment and everything, now they all sad and mopey and everything. Brother Naquan will be like, well, see, now what you need to do right now is go ahead, get you a gym membership, you know, Planet Fitness, LA Fitness, and I want you to go work out. All right, I want you to go get in shape. I want you to go get in shape.
Right.
I want you to go run every day, get you some cardio in, you know, eat you some good, you know, protein foods, build some muscle up, because you're gonna have some work to do. All right. That's all you do. All you heathen that may be watching, go ahead, get strong, man. Get strong. Put the guns down,
hey,
man.
Have a little mercy. You know they weak in the mind. So I mean, hey, I want to check out the suicide rate, man, on these Edomites, man. I want to check that thing out, man. And we know they're abusing the hell out of these pills, man. Okay, you know, but I want to know how many of these jokers really jumping in rivers and, you know what I mean, and jumping off buildings, man. One day we're gonna be at camp, man, and the joker gonna dive off one of them buildings, man, and just flat right. And it's about shimmer my shot, right there. You feel me? Okay. But hey, that day coming.
That's right, man. That's right. And we patiently waiting for the day to come to, you know, that we can be in rulership. All right. Not patiently waiting for the day of wrath, because honestly speaking, we're not ready for that. But we can patiently wait for the day that we become rulers and get out of this harsh captivity that we in. All right. By keeping the faith, keeping the commandments, believing in Yahweh and Yahweh only as our one and true power. And only way we can get through him is through the grace of his son, Hamashiach Yahushua, man. All right. And
that's right.
With that, if you don't have anything else, you know, to add on, we can go ahead and close the lesson out, man. You got anything else?
Ashar Kadash Yarak.
Ashar Kadash Yarak, Israel. This is the 4th month of the year. All right, you know, it's a feast day, so if you with your family, you're supposed to be with, you know, some brothers or sisters congregating. If not, you with us right now. All right, get you some good food, man. Get you some strong drink. Enjoy the night. If you don't have to, you know, work tomorrow, that's also a double blessing, man. You know, because we understand the captivity that we in. And some of our people may have to go to work, but if not, then count that as a blessing, man. You know, enjoy the day, man, because this is a day that the Most High gave you to be happy, to be joyous and serve the Lord, man. So with that, I am Brother Malachiah.
Brother Micaiah.
All right, and we are the sons of thunder Israelites, and it is our heart's prayer desire that Israel may be saved, man. We're gonna bid y'all a hearty shalom. All right,
shalom.
Shalom.
Kwam Yashala.
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.